sitting in the company of a legend. Wow.
I
am
beg.
a big woman.
I beg you.
And of course, that's the voice of Andy Dostiem. He's joining us. He's the host of Daybreak Hits on Hits FM. And he's here because we have Jim Iyke with us. And Andy has lots of questions. So we thought, why don't we just draft him in so that we can do this together? So good morning, Andy.
Good morning, and thank you very much for having me.
You're very welcome. All right. And let me say good morning to you, Jim.
Thank you.
It's good to see you.
Likewise.
Unfortunately, a lot of our viewers and our listeners are a little upset with you because you were supposed to be here at 8 o'clock to be on. Let me finish blasting you, please. To be on the AM show and then Joy Prime and then Hits FM. And you made it at 10. So they're very upset with you.
Yes, rightfully so. I apologize profusely. To start with, I was here some 5-6 years ago. So Accra has changed traffic-wise so much. I thought 1 hour takeoff from the hotel down here will more than suffice to get here. We'll be sitting in traffic for well over 2 hours.
You're blaming the traffic.
I am.
I'm
doing the traditional
you're not
blame
like
game.
an African government. You're not blaming COVID-19.
And
so
COVID is far-fetched.
Okay,
let me deal with what I can reach
you
out
can
to
handle
now.
well. Okay, well, if you guys are listening, let me know if we're going to forgive Jim.
Please forgive me.
For
I won't
disappointment.
forgive him.
me.
Because I posted it on social media.
And listen, Andy, you're right here. Don't do this to me. Don't throw me under the bus.
I posted it on social media.
We started with having a great conversation.
And that comment, you have to pay me then.
I will.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then you know what? We're having a press conference at 12 today. So basically, every ensuing matter can also be handled over there.
At the press conference.
Absolutely.
As in post facto apology.
Totally.
I
I'm
see.
making up for it.
All right. Well, anyways, it's great to have you here.
Thank you,
Nigeria's bad boy, Ghana's bad boy.
Wow.
It's an image that you've worn over over like 20 years, like 20, like forever. Are you a bad boy?
Well, it depends on what side of the divide you are.
It's really not ambiguous.
Yeah, it's a very ambiguous, and I'll explain it. Apparently, being bad in certain contexts means running afoul of the law, being enemy of the state, enemy of public number one, all that kind of stuff. That totally, make you a negative person, someone that has the wrong energy. Being bad on the other side, as I see it within the prism of my context, is being untraditional, unorthodox, approaching things with a certain different way of life, looking at life in a rather lopsided version. And I'm never, ever following with the uniformity of life. I think that's what I am.
Shall you do speak English, wow? The prism of my context of my... I would need dictionary to do the interview.
You asked me a question.
Andy,
I mean, what do you think? I mean, am I on point?
The uniformity
you're on point. But I'm sure what she meant was that in movies, you always play a bad boy.
Of course. Have you ever played a good boy?
Yeah. Of the odd... perhaps
when he was a pastor or something.
65 awards that I've won that sit on my mantle right now.
Wow. Congrats.
I think 50% of them came from roles that are relatively not, has anything to do with me being bad. They were deep-rooted roles of being a father, roles of being the victim, roles of being, the sufferer in the movie, the protagonist. So I think that says so much for the art itself, the art form.
Right. So does the art of you being a bad boy reflect the signs of who you really are?
Yes.
Or is it just
never respect.
I see.
Never respect. As you all well know, before we sat here, I don't suffer fools. I don't take things. If you bring disrespect to my corner, I'll quickly cap it. I take care of business properly. I'm also deeply respectful of people's space. I'm also, gentleman in every sphere you can mention. But in other words, there are people that want to test you for no reason, and I don't condone it.
That's very interesting because on screen, and we're very used to the bad boy persona, has that, sort of held you back in a certain way? Because people are not really expecting, a well-spoken, gentleman who has serious thoughts and opinions, if they're going to judge you based on the kind of roles that you're largely known for.
So I'll give you an analogy, if you will. I had a BA flight once. I was traveling with my son. And we sat down. Immediately, I sat down. Before they brought him to me, we were also traveling with the nanny, and before they brought him to me, there was a lady, a mixed race lady, and this is the funny thing. She's of Ghana extract, Ghanaian
Okay.
extract. She quickly put up the center, division of. Immediately, she saw me sit down. Obviously, somebody I rubbed the wrong way. So when I sat with my son, I was reading to my son. We're having a deep conversation. When he wanted to sleep, I'll carry him and walk up and down the aisle. He traveled with me, and it's very rare to see an African father travel with one that's almost
Was
a
it a first
toddler.
class?
Yeah, was first class. I only did first class. So.
She.
Yeah, so as I was saying,
Best believe it.
so in anyways, about 2 hours before the flight was over, they came to get him because he was sleeping, and I needed to get a little sleep before. And she put down the glass and said, "Listen, I owe you an apology." I said, "Why?" She said, "I am probably one of the smartest women I know, so I'm really ashamed that I know of myself for not knowing better and judging a book by its cover. I thought those roles had to be true to type. And I thought some of the things I read in the press had to be this person. But what I saw is a very attentive, a very deep person. And it's that, he just loves to be in his corner and do his own business. And trust me, there's no bigger way to respect a man than that." And I said, "Listen, apology accepted. It's something that I see now and then. I've taken it to my food as everyday living. And, it doesn't disturb me in any sense."
Do you think the press has been
Fair? No. No, not in any way.
really?
Okay.
No, and I gave them good reasons to be what they are. When we started this thing, there was no pointers, there was no managerial, no direction. Nobody told us anything about fame. We're barely kids. I started doing this when I was barely 21.
Wow.
Yeah, I was 20 actually, 21. I just finished college, just got my first degree. I was off to do my master's when I discovered my life calling, and I said, "You know what? Let's cool wait. Let me see what this has to hold for me." I was excommunicated from my family at that time.
Really?
Yes. My dad told me, "Listen, continue our path. If you know anything about the Igbo parent, especially the African, continue." They thought I was going to throw my life away, in essence. But I wanted to do this. And at that time, there was nothing. We had a little bit of, all of a sudden, we're millionaires before we're 22, and there was nobody. The arrogance came, the misdemeanor came. There was nobody that could school us about the responsibility that came with this. And then we misbehaved a lot. And we got judged by it a lot.
Yeah.
But a lot of us also grew up. A lot of us came to understand the responsibility that's been entrusted to us. A lot of us carried on to the next realm of life properly. But, we already labeled a certain way. And the country I come from, trust me, emotions rise very high once they have an understanding, once they have a concretized opinion of you. And it's hard to. So after a while, I understood it for what it was. Do I go all out to start some sort of damage control, to start punitive measures in any sense? No, it took too much energy. So my focus was my immediate realm, the nuclear family that understood me, that, I would gain a lot by, giving them a wrong impression of me. And I focused very intensively on them. And I think I grew with them. So it really didn't matter what anybody outside that box thought. That frame of reference was solely theirs to deal with.
It means you don't really
Right.
care what they think.
And how many people's opinion can you change of you? If you don't want people to talk about you, have an opinion about you, stay at home. If you want to change the narrative, be prepared.
Okay, so we're streaming live on the Joy News Entertainment page. So you can watch us if you want to see Jim Iyke's face, if you haven't seen his face enough in your life. But you're talking about the press and the fact that they give you bad press. And, the fact that earlier on in your life you've maybe fueled, this press with your behavior. There's an article that's gone viral on BBC News, The Pigeon, about you getting into a fight quite recently.
Yes.
The article says that they're not clear about what the altercation was. We're not going to ask you what the altercation was. But when the press is reporting, that this gentleman who looks very respectable and all of that is getting into fights still, then is it bad press? Or is there a part of you that's still...
And it's a very good question if you allow me. The truth is that we're all humans. Not my finest hour, I dare say. But, emotions run high. Why does it have to be the public figure that is held accountable all the time, that is held at the higher standards of moral ethics all the time? We all get into arguments, don't we? We're all humans. We all go to have a conversation. I didn't wake up in the morning and I walk into this gentleman's studio and decided to have an altercation with him. Don't forget, something provoked that incident already. This is a man that called into question my integrity in the first place. That said I'm a ritualist, that's how I live the life I live, the quality of life I live. I'm a man that, this man said that they should check the means of my wealth. That the quality of life and the things that I own obviously has to have nefarious backgrounds, questionable background, that I'm a ritualist. Okay? This is someone that lives in a country where we have the most corrupt leaders of all times. That's in the history of corrupt leaders, Nigerians take the mantle. We decide what corrupt leaders should look like. Where you understand? Seriously, we're the poster child for corrupt leaders.
Yeah.
And then you pick a man that since his 20s has walked till his early 40s to say you question the quality of life he lives. I went there to have a conversation because I'm a student of history. I'm a humanist. I want to understand the reason behind the reason. Why would you wake up in the morning and the first order of business for you is how to pull another person down? I wasn't the only one that was caught into this picture, that they say. He caught 3 or 4 other people. So I wanted to also prove a point that you can't stay behind the curtains and do these things and think nobody will find you. My point was to tell him I can find anybody I want anytime.
And you can confront them.
I have will, I have resources.
Did you get the answers that you wanted?
Absolutely. I went in there, we had a conversation. Things, of course, took a turn for the worse. And I mean, went south a little bit. That was the picture the press needed to sensationalize it. They didn't catch where we sat down. We had a conversation like men, popped a bottle of wine, drank to our health, and got it over with. The generation I come from, my dear, we don't do the social media exchanges and pull-ups. I don't know how to do it. I'm a man. I don't know about this peace, for lack of a better term. I walk up to a man if I have a situation with you. We converse about it. We intellectually converse about it. If it degenerates into altercations, we raise our fist. After that, we'll sit down, we'll drink beer, and then we'll do business after.
Okay, talking about business. So in the past few weeks...
Anyway, please, forgive me. For clarity,
yes,
all right?
Please.
And if in the morning, even when I posted his artwork, about 90% of the questions were about this altercation.
The altercation, okay.
So with all you're saying, the person made these statements prior to you going there.
Yes, I could have sued this person and taken him for everything he's worth. I had a team of lawyers sitting down and said, let's take him out. But I wanted to have a conversation. Even when I sat down, he told me that he was afraid I was going to sue him. And I had every reason for defamation to clean him out. I just didn't want to take food from the man. So I sat down and I did a recourse and said, let's talk. So they caught that part. It was all filtered, it was all doctored, of course. If they had caught the part where we made up, had a laugh, and had wine after that, that would not serve their purpose. That wouldn't serve their ulterior motives. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, that most times it's doctored. People never get to understand the full stretch, the other side of the coin, how it works out. And then after that, I told him, listen, the people you fight, I'm not the one who's attacked in that country. I said, the people you fight are usually people on top of their games. These are people that can open doors for you if you come the right way. You don't have to be public enemy number one. And have you gone to see each of the blogs, every media that took out that story? Not one person blamed me. Because I haven't seen any personality that's as hated as that dude. And I told him, listen, that's not the way to go. While I'm ready to have a conversation, you could be dealing with somebody a lot more dangerous that's not ready to have a conversation. That may just want to do something a lot more ominous than that. So think about that. You're not only doing this at the detriment of the people you attack, you're also doing it at the peril of your own life.
Yeah.
But one other thing is, you were a public figure.
Yes,
So
sir.
did you consider the environment you were in at the time, thinking that, well, fans and reputation were also at stake? You didn't consider all
We're
of that?
also fixated on reputation sometimes. We forget our moral standards and the reason why we are who we are. I never think about those things.
Really?
I come first. My mental well-being comes first. Do you know how many people that suffer behind the scene because they want to be politically correct? Because they want to stand as God-given figure. They want to be righteous all the time. No, that's not how it works.
Have you heard that people think you are crazy?
No, I'm not crazy. Do you
No,
think I'm crazy?
Well, I don't think so, but based on the things you do, I may look at you twice when I see you, especially when
I totally agree
I
with
check
you.
your countenance.
But again, doesn't that also put you in the other side of the divide as a troublemaker? Because why else would you think I'm crazy if your approach is not right?
Well, it depends on your act.
My act. Now, what participated an attack that was totally unprovoked in this instance? Because I was sitting in my house minding my business, about to come out to the movie, and this person is saying that, how did I raise money over $2 million to shoot a movie that people should go out there and check the means of my wealth?
Oh, wow.
Doesn't that... Okay, now, let's even go further. Have you listened to what this person said?
Unfortunately.
Then maybe you should research and listen, and then after that you might begin to have...
Did he write that on social? He wrote that on social media.
It is there for everybody to see.
Wow.
Okay,
Right.
so there was an attack, first of all, that participated me going there to resolve the situation.
I see.
So your reaction wasn't, you weren't going there to fight. You were going to talk, and then it kind of degenerated.
Sweetheart, I
to
have
that.
about 6 people around me all the time, including 2 security agents. If I wanted to do it, and trust me, I'm about that life. If I wanted to fix this situation the way I want to, nobody will even see my signature there. I will take care of it.
Wait, you kind of get why people will say you're crazy, because now you're like, I'm
not-
about that life.
No. I'm
Right.
telling you what it is. We're all about that life. Let's not be pretentious here. You look like the kind of girl that won't take nonsense in public either. I'm telling you how it works. Okay? Now, he looks like a sucker. He could take it for a few things. But it's the truth, my brother. I never say anything. But anything I can say in front of you, I won't say behind you. Okay? You look like you can take a few hits, a few insults, and let it take it. Because we want to create that image of it. But her will not take nonsense.
No, she
I
won't.
won't.
She won't. And I'm
there
taking
you
back
go.
my interview, so I'm moving on. 'Cause I think we've done. So, in the past few weeks, we've had Ghanaian actors, veterans, it's come up, who have reached the end of their careers and don't have money. They're broke. But you're sitting here talking about, money, $2 million,
That's some big money.
And, that's big
That's
money.
not serious money.
But, okay, well, I mean,
Jim,
No,
yeah.
seriously. But
Can I
that's
ask my
Jim
question,
Iyke.
though? Okay.
no.
Very good. So, the point I was trying to make was that you're talking about money. We know you as an actor. I mean, you had your reality show a few years ago. I don't think it ran for too long. We don't know you as anything else, and I'm sure your close circle do. So when people talk about your wealth, it's really just kind of wanting to know, what do you do? So my question is, what do you do outside of the movie industry?
Well, not being informed enough about me does not mean what many other things I do. From day one, I've always been an avid investor. Do you know how many businesses I've invested in that field?
We don't, which is why
Okay,
we're
which
asking you.
Nigerians do if you don't. Okay, I'm a prominent member of business circles. Okay, I co-own a travel agency, my career travels. I brought World Ventures to Nigeria. We probably own about 5 branches right now. I have a white South African partner with a white South African CFO that co-own it with me. I'm the majority shareholder. I co-own a gaming company called Biggie. Okay, I'm second highest shareholder in there. I own a logistic company. I co-own 4 Airbnbs in Lagos. Okay, I co-own. I'm also a majority shareholder of an estate company.
Okay.
Illustrious. I brought my brother-in-law to be MD. I own 52% of it. I have investments in probably about 4 or 5 international brands across. I own stocks. I'm completely literate in financial investment.
That's very interesting.
That is the background that I grew up in.
Okay, so
I'm
when
an
did
Igbo
you
man.
decide that you were not going to put all your eggs in one basket? Because a lot of
Since I was 19.
creatives, okay.
Since I was 19.
What made you decide that, and how did you gather up enough to start?
The background that I come from explicitly, is a reason for it. My father is a businessman. My mother is a highly successful businesswoman. She's well known for it. She passed some 6-7 years ago, and I probably inherited everything that came from her.
Okay.
Okay, and I invested it audaciously. It was no small. I go out every time I'm not in the public domain. I'm getting well educated in financial matters. It's non-stop symposiums, it's non-stop conferences, it's non-stop postgraduate classes, as many as I can. And many times I'll tell you why my business has failed, because I was so fixated on growing my career. Every time I created
mean your
businesses,
acting career?
yes, I would create it and put it in the hands of people that were far less passionate
Okay.
than I was, and even understand the bearings of what it took to make it successful. And mostly in the hands of people that had paper qualifications, and it will fail every time it took off. Started doing well while it was under my mantle. It will fail every time there's a shift in the helm of affairs. And after a while, my management and I, my sisters, and again, I incorporated all my sisters, my whole family worked with me, for me, or together. I told everybody, listen, I educated myself, I paid for my sister's school. So when everybody was thinking I was crazy and everything, I was empowering my family. I was paying school fees. I was making sure everybody got their masters. So 2-3 years work experience, I called everybody back and said, come work in the family business owned by me. There's no salary structure anybody can put out there that I will not equal or even do better. So my two sisters are MDs in my company. They're married. Their two husbands also work for me or with me or co-own entities with me. So I brought everybody back and made it what it was. I empowered my circle. A lot of people don't understand what it means that aside yourself, the next biggest investment you have is a human resource investment. It's empowering the circle around you. Once you empower the circle around you, you don't have to do anything for them anymore. It's a multiplying effect after that. And so that was what it was. And I have mentors. I have unbelievable mentors. I just lost one to COVID a few months ago. And it hurts deeply because this was a man that was more or less a son to. Now, while my father wasn't extremely literate in these matters, I found mentors. I found surrogate fathers that became mentors in businesses for me. So we shut down. They had a meeting. It was an intervention. They said, listen, you've put in enough in this business, in this establishment called entertainment. Leave it. This is what you are trained. This is your core background. I have a training in banking and finance. I have a training in financial studies. Come back and man your businesses yourself. So for the last 5-6 years, I wasn't seen. That was what I was doing.
Right.
You can't be in the public. The people that want to invest in you don't want to see the ostentatious lifestyle. They don't want to see. They want to know their money is safe with you. You can't go there buying Rose Road and jumping around and partying all everywhere and expect to attract investors.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. So one has to shut down for one to leave. And that's what happened.
So just before I let Andy come in, do you enjoy this? Do you enjoy the surprise on people's faces when you are completely a paradox of what we think you are, and you come out with this depth of persona, and you find that people are like, oh, I didn't know he was like that. Is that a high for you? Is it something you enjoy?
Yes, very much so. I think that is even a fuel for doing it. A lot of times, and I come with my narratives. I remember this time we walked into a pitch. They've turned out to be one of our biggest investors. You might know them, Innocent Motors. I was at a commercial recently, but it goes far beyond that relationship. I remember the chairman the first time we had a meeting, and I walked in. Everybody was busy taking selfies with me, taking pictures with me. And when we sat down, there's a young man that works for me. He's always well suited and booted, has the right speak. He has all the. That's why I hired him. I came with the shirt and t-shirt. The t-shirt and jeans and Sancho's, by the way. So when we walked in, he did a pitch, and after that, they called him. They didn't invite me to the next meeting. They called him and told him, listen, we know Jim Iyke is the face of your brand. We know you brought him along as, to make things work out. We like the idea. We're going to partner with you, but want you to retain him as brand ambassador. And this man said, no, that actually is the owner of the company. I work for him. The pitch I just put out is completely written by him. He just let me pitch. And as a matter of fact, I'm a short-term staff.
So that was a high for you.
Because what I told him, if we get this deal, I'll make it permanent. Okay. So they left the guy in the t-shirt that is the custodian of the whole ideas and took the guy with the suit because that's more perception.
But you also did it intentionally.
No, ma'am, I didn't.
You knew
I
you
played my
were doing
role.
when you wore the t-shirt.
I'll tell you why I didn't do it intentionally.
Okay.
If I wore the suit and did the pitch, all they see there is Jim, the actor. They will never see the businessman.
Okay, so you let the business.
I let the
speak
business
first.
because I'm not emotional about it. I know what I own. I knew, even if they wanted, the whole idea is that I was more than content. That's where you let ego take precedence of good business, of good common sense. Because I know my star quality and of whatever fame it is will overshadow the intent of the day. So I let the man that I hired do the talking, do whatever he was trained to do.
Right.
And at the end of the day, as long as the business came back to us, the company, that more than sufficed.
Right. So for now, you have your own produced movie.
Yes, sir. It came from Six Sense Production, our entertainment company, and we executive produced this. I felt I'd given again over a decade and a half of my life to this establishment. I felt I'd given about a decade and a half of my life to this establishment, and it's only fair that I come and go as I please. And I also thought that I can only come when I have something to say. Yeah, it doesn't. What are you staying in this space for? I'm not gonna fight over roles with these kids anymore and do all that stuff. I'm way past that. So I felt the only time that I should be heard and seen is when I have something to say.
Right. Do you watch our movies here in Ghana?
Absolutely, I have great friends here. I mean, people I started the industry with. We're not very close anymore, obviously because of time and dimensions. But there are people I respect a great deal.
Well, I'm not going to mention Nadia Buhari.
Why wouldn't you mention her? Why is it uncomfortable for you?
Oh, it's not uncomfortable. That's fine.
It is.
Well, we all know. We all know. The story,
But
yeah.
listen, the history and memory is what shapes us. It shouldn't make you uncomfortable.
What's your relationship with her, though?
Like, of course it's not the most cordial, but it's also somebody I can pick up the phone and say, "Hey sis, what's going on? How you doing?" She said, "Nice. I hear what you're doing new." We have that kind of conversation.
Right, I see. So this new movie, what's the title?
Bad comment.
Bad
Bad
comments.
Comments.
Yes.
When is it showing?
It's showing 2nd October, the Ghana premiere, and might I say that and then all the pundits think is perhaps the best film that's ever come out of our table so far. And I'm not just saying this because I knew what she was going to come with next. So,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
But we
Are we
took
going to
time
have
do
an
this.
industry showing? Are we going to have a private showing before?
Absolutely. We're going all out. Silverbird Cinemas is hosting us this Saturday, and we're hoping Ghanaians come out en masse. And I'm still saying what I'm saying. If anybody walk into the theaters and see this movie and doesn't like it, come back, I'll give you a refund.
Really?
Yes, as many as say so. But you have to give profound reasons as to why you don't like it, because everybody of consequence, as regards criticism and critics in this industry, has said that it is the best work yet, and I took time to do it.
Looking at our movies and comparing it to the Nigerian movie industry.
I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that.
Well, I'll go there. Okay, so let me try and tweak it a bit. What do you think we as Ghanaians are lacking?
I think the will is first of all what supersedes every human intention, and I think secondly, the governmental participation. You need the powers that be that give you green light as regards financing and the financial institutions, your power brokers, and people that obviously pivot conversation, not only politics but finance, should be part of this narrative. They are not. They are obviously, sadly, absent from the establishment. And thirdly, the people's belief. Again, the question of will. The people generally believe that nothing good can come out of your industry. It's a general perception. I'm not just creating it. I think when this confluence forge a will, there will be a different. That's what makes ours different. While we have this slow start in the financial institutions, they're waking up to the fact that there's a lot of money to be made. There's a future here. There's posterity here. Our government I'm twisted enough to start to pay attention in a sense. And then the overriding will of the people, of the thespians themselves, the people that are involved in the industry, is extreme. Our will to succeed against all odds is extreme, which is what lacks here. A lot of people look at it like a vocation, a means to an end. A lot of people look at it like an extra curriculum. Until you begin to look at it like there's no option, that this industry is a do or die affair. Sometimes you need that kind of vehement, extremism for something to change. it has to be. It's only a drastic move that brings drastic results. So that laid back approach that Ghanaians have to the industry, like, if it works, fine. I have a day job, I have the other thing going for me. If it doesn't work, fine. That is what I see
I
that
see.
is lacking here.
Very, very, very interesting. There is a musician here called Shatawale.
Yes.
Heard of him?
Shatta, yeah. Shatta's antics supersedes him. You should, I'm sure you have to have heard of Shatta.
Okay, means you know him.
He's ahead of him.
Okay.
I have
Yeah.
heard of him, of course.
Have you seen him before?
Okay, we met. I was stopping at the flight in Maryland. Somebody tapped me, turned around, Shatta.
Okay.
Shook hands, quick hug. He was rushing to catch a flight. I was rushing to catch another flight. That was where we met. But Shatta is extremely interesting.
Do you think he looks like you?
While I beg to differ,
I'm not talking of your...
my opinion.
No. I mean, your face. Do you look like him? Well, he says he looks like you. People say he looks like you.
Okay.
He posted a picture.
People say, or he said. I need to be specific.
So he posted a picture of you and him, right? And he said, people say I look like Jim Iyke. And there were plenty comments.
It is most flattering, I must say, so, because Shatta is an awesome musician,
Okay.
and I respect him artistically. As to whether he looks like me or not, I think we should respect everybody's opinion.
Must I be
Wow,
honest?
this is
You
such
know,
a politically correct answer.
we must respect it. Listen, I can wake up tomorrow and say I look like you. What you gonna do about
That's
that?
fair.
That is my God-given
Right.
fundamental
Let me
right
check.
to
I'm
say.
sure he may have sent me a message insulting me somewhere.
So
Okay, so let me open the phone lines
let's-
whilst you guys chat. It's 0302-216-541, 0302-216-541. Call us, and who knows, maybe you can have a quick conversation with Jim. So phone lines are open, so let's do that. Okay, y'all can go ahead.
Yes.
So as regards Shatta, please leave Shatta alone. Shatta, I think, let me tell you something about Shatta. Shatta doesn't think I look like him. He's just having a good time. I think Shatta just wakes up in the morning and decides, what am I going to do to provoke people's thought? What am I going to do this morning? Okay, yeah, Jamaica looks like me, and you say it. So he's going to wake up tomorrow and say, I want to be president of Ghana.
Okay.
He will not be president of Ghana. We all know that. But Shatta will go there and run to be president of Ghana and just get you guys to talk about him the way he's talking about. He understands the propensity of the business. You understand? A Kanye can wake up and say the most
And take Chris Brown
outrageous
off
thing.
his album, just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah.
He understands the antecedents. That is what works in this industry. I can wake up and go to 113 height bridge and jump in Zambia because I needed, there was something I was promoting at that time and I needed people to talk about it. They will not do it. I can wake up early in the morning and go and find somebody that said something untoward about me and have an altercation or what looks like an altercation and get somebody, as beautiful as my darling here in Ghana to talk about it. It's the antecedent, my brother. It's the business we're in.
Okay, let's get to the phone lines now. We have our first caller.
Oh, we lost him.
Yeah, okay. No, there's quite a few, so they're coming through. Do we have one now?
there's a
Okay, let me
few,
just go to the messages. Hello, Nima. Good morning and welcome to our homes. Kindly tell Jim Iyke he is warmly welcome to Ghana. Jim Iyke, you are warmly welcome to Ghana. The love for you is deep. And Akwaba, which means welcome.
Akwaba. I know Akwaba. It is shame.
Oh, gosh. Okay. All right, first caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very well. What's your name?
My name is Nee.
Nee. Okay, so obviously you want to talk to Jim Iyke, not me. So go ahead.
Jim.
Yes, sir. How you doing,
Welcome.
Neem?
Good. What about you too?
My brother, I came out premium.
Why do you like to cheat Bob Manuel?
Why do I like to cheat Bob Manuel?
In $1 you cheated him.
In $1?
Yes.
Oh,
you
why I
cheated him.
did that? Charlie, it was for the movie now. Why are you taking this so serious like that?
And then another one also too that you posed as a rich boy. And you took his woman away from him, but then he was a meat dealer.
Brother, you're deep in this movie. But I like the fact that you're into my work. I thank you very much. In the same spirit, please come out on the 2nd of October and buy your ticket because you'll be following my work. Please leave your name and number at this station. I am buying your ticket to come and see my new film this Saturday, just to to celebrate you as you have celebrated me. God
Thank
bless.
you. Thank you for that, Jim. Our next caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Yaro calling from Nkokoko in Eastern Region.
All right, Yaro.
Yaro.
Okay.
Yeah, Yaro.
Andy, try
Yes.
as much as possible before Jim will leave the studio. Try to take him to what? Visit the living legend, Charles Kodefosu, before going back to Nigeria.
Who is the living legend, sir?
Daddy Lumba.
Daddy Lumba,
Who is
the
Daddy
best
Lumba?
musician
Daddy
ever
Lumba.
since Almighty Allah created heaven and
Topmost
earth.
musician, topmost
Wow.
high life musician.
Okay, we're going to see that in Lumba.
Oh, thank you. Thank
All
you for
right.
that.
Thank you so much.
Yesterday was his birthday.
Oh,
so-
for real?
Yeah.
I'll go
okay.
pay my respects, okay? I'll
All
go.
right. Okay. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Nana Kweku.
Nana Kweku. Okay, go ahead. We can hear you.
Yeah, I'm totally blown. I'm totally blown. He's real. He's genuine, and I really like his analysis of the Ghanaian film industry. It was spot on, and I think we have to pick his suggestions and recommendations and really work at it because we have a lot to offer, but I don't think we really pay much attention to it. Much respect, Jim.
Thank you, sir.
You are real. I'm totally blown, and trust me, you've been an inspiration today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Please come out on the second to support us.
Are you
We
going to say
appreciate
that
it.
after every phone call?
I am. I intend to. I'm selling.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi, what's your name?
I'm Emmanuel.
Okay, Emmanuel, make sure when you finish that you go and buy a ticket for Saturday.
Please save me the trouble of begging at the
Yeah,
end.
okay, so you just want to talk
I'll
to
go.
Jim.
I'll go get a ticket. Don't worry.
Okay, what's up?
Yeah, Jim.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've been following you through, but then you are assertive.
Thank
You
you.
understand? You are not arrogant. When you become assertive, people interpret it to be an arrogant person. And I like your demeanor, and I like what you are doing.
Thank you.
Keep it up, right?
Thank you, sir. God bless.
Okay.
Bye.
See you on Saturday.
I'll see you. Bye.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello,
Hi, good morning. What's your name?
my name is George.
Hi,
and definitely I want to
George.
speak to Jim, please.
Oh, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yo, bro, what's up?
Bro.
Oh, hey, man. Sorry, bro. I was. Okay. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah,
You okay?
Keep it real, bro. Keep
I
it
was
real,
zoned
bro.
out there. My brother, I haven't slept in over 1 month.
You have so many people behind you. We like the way you act. You're real. Keep it up, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Keep it
Thank
up.
you,
Keep it
bro.
up.
Thank you,
Keep it
bro.
up.
See you on Saturday,
this-
bro.
Wow. Okay. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hello, good morning. My
Hi.
name is Francis.
Where are
calling
the
from
ladies
Pepper.
now? What is going on?
They're scared. The
I
ladies are
beg all
scared.
these men, them.
The ladies are scared of
Get off our phone line. Let women come.
Yeah, Jim, shout out to you.
Bro, how you did now?
Yeah, everything cool. You know, I remember the time I was in junior high school and I was watching one of your movie, The
Yes,
Cat.
sir. The cat.
Yeah,
That's an
I
old
said,
movie.
damn, this man is untouchable.
Untouchable.
You
It's
know,
true.
and endless love.
Thank you, sir.
The role you play, let me say, the whole world, you are unique.
Thank
You are
sir.
unique.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Like, I have been following you from day one. You are very good. You are very good. I want to be like you, but I know one day I'll meet you.
On Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday you can meet him.
Saturday. See you on Saturday. Where can we get
All right.
tickets?
They just saved me the trouble.
Yeah, we did. Where are the tickets available? 'Cause you
Ticket
haven't said
on
that.
at the venue. You pick it up at the venue. But hey, we're working on something. Okay, my darling will get back to you guys soon. We're trying to see how we can arrange pre-event sales.
Okay.
So you can actually walk in anytime or get online and buy your tickets before
What
that.
time is the showing?
It's 4 p.m.
Okay, so 4 p.m. Silverbird Theatre.
Yeah,
Um,
Japanese people's time, not African people's time.
And that's Accra Mall.
Accra Mall, yes.
Okay, all right. Let me go through a couple more of messages. Jim Iyke is a great guy. I met him once at Malcolm Plus some years ago trying to buy a sound system. Aside he being a great actor, I also admire his smart fashion. Oh, bless you, bro. That's Fred. Should
Thank
we
you,
do a
Fred. I
couple more?
appreciate that. I appreciate that, Fred.
Okay, Jim Iyke, you're forgiven wholeheartedly.
Thank you, my darling.
Okay, wow. This guy is interesting. I like him, his movies. As for the bad guy part, I agree is bad.
I am bad.
That's the need better from Nungwa Barrier. So, okay, a few more calls.
Okay.
One more.
Morning.
Okay. Oh, you got a woman at last.
Finally.
Hello, good morning.
Who again?
Good morning.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Dede.
Day. Okay, well, you just go ahead and talk to Jim.
I just want to tell you that I love him so much. Me don't want it.
Thank you. Some haters are in the studio, but it's all good. It's all good. Thank you.
Okay, some messages on my timeline. All right. Mary Hayford says, has he brought his temper to Ghana or locked it inside cupboard before coming?
And what's the name of that person?
Mary Hayford.
Hey, Mary Hayford, take it easy. We're all spreading love and goodwill here. Eh? Don't bring the bad energy.
Now, Andy, since the ladies are not calling, let me send mine here. Akosia Igilarisin, she says, my black handsome dude, please tell him that I've been crashing on him since I turned 10 years and started watching his movies.
Wow. Okay.
We'll deal with that later.
I want to ask you, are you done, Andy? Because I want to ask her.
Plenty of them, but go ahead.
Oh, just quick question. So the new James Bond is coming out October 8th. Craig thingy, whatever his name is finishing his James Bond thingy. Do you think that you could possibly be the James Bond that Africa offers to the franchise?
To start with, I take it very unlikely. The first time Idris Elba was purported to,
have been,
and somebody said it's too ghetto, for lack of better words, to be a James Bond, to get on the James Bond franchise. I took it personally, and I expected a lot of voices, especially from our divide, to speak up about it, and nobody did. And I just felt, okay. If it comes to something a little trivial, people will jump on it.
Oh, yeah.
But this is one of our own being thrown under the bus for no apparent reason. And this is a thespian of singular standing. And people are not supporting him.
Charlie, we need a dictionary. He's a what of who? What? A thespian of?
A thespian.
Thespian actor.
Of who?
Singular standing.
Okay. A thespian of singular standing.
So, at the end of the day, the right answer to your question, derailed there. I think, we're all ready. We've been born ready for this. Let me tell you, we're the ones that work harder. We're the ones that get our acting chops. I've been on probably 4 or 5 international films, and while everybody's in their studio, in their makeshift homes on set, chilling out and being a superstar, I noticed something that was a common denominator amongst all the actors. We were always reading, always researching, always communicating between each other, trying to better our acting job, trying to better our craftsmanship. And that's because we know that we're the ones that disenfranchised. We're the ones that don't have equal opportunities. We're the one on the war stage that is somehow undermined. So we've been ready for generations. The point is that they've not been ready for us.
Wow. Okay.
Well, speaking of being undermined, there's a message that says, how has he been judged due to his roles in movies as a businessman? That's number one. Number two, how easy has it been for him to be accepted by investors due to the bad boy tag?
It's a very brilliant question, and that plays totally to the gall of our earlier narrative, why I have to take a step back and allow people to judge me from my hard work and not from the public persona or perception. This company in question are one of my biggest investments. You know why? Because I didn't go out there to be a movie star. I went out there to say I worked my behind off to create this company. I worked my behind off to come here and pitch this business. And at the end of the day, all they saw was the brilliance of the work and not the man. So we are basically, sadly, I've always been the one that have to put in double work to prove myself. Sadly, in this. Let me tell you something about being in this public domain does to you. It makes you comfortable. And let me tell you something again. Comfort is where dreams and vision go to die. Okay, so I woke up one day and I hate being comfortable. I've never been comfortable in anything I do. If I wake up and I have Mark Zuckerberg's money, I'll probably be more uncomfortable. Okay, because that's just who I am. That's how I was raised, and to that end, I'll keep striving, keep doing what I do. When I come back, now it's the same thing. Now I'm back to the business. They're like, okay, he has a little bit of money. He can probably throw his weight around, buy a few PR, do 1 or 2 things. But I am here. From 7 a.m., I've been up working. For the last 2 months, I've done every promotion. I never called. I have 17 superstars on my film. But every press run I've had, I didn't call anybody. I did it personally because I also want to prove that I put in work. And this is what my life is. My work ethos speak for me. I don't know people that are better skilled than me. I don't know about people that have more gifts than me. I only know one thing, that I will outwork anybody in the room.
Oh, I see. You listen to our music?
Yes, I do. I love a lot of your music. I was played one. There's a high life musician that I listened to yesterday. Awesome. I can't remember his name. Can somebody help me? What's the name of the young man's? Somebody played his music.
Kofi Kinata.
Exceptional. I heard it.
Much.
And Sax is my boy, man. I love Sax music.
Okay.
Sax is just one of those once in a generation rappers.
Kind
man.
of people.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this conversation continues on Joy Prime. Andy, you're absolutely done?
I'm done.
So that we can let
I'm done.
Jim
I've been at work since 5 a.m. man. I need some
And
rest.
he's trying to let me off the hook. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's going to let you off the hook. I want to say thank you. It's been great sitting down with you. Not because you're fine and sexy as hell, because you are, but because, you've offered us much more than we expected. Depth of wisdom and experience. And it's nice to see, somebody who has so much more behind the scenes, a man who, has the capacity for success and all of that. So thank you for that. Don't be late ever again, because
Yes,
we will
ma'am.
not
Yes,
forgive
I will
you a
not mess
second
with
time.
you. I will not
Very,
mess
very good. Okay, so thank you. Have a fantastic day. We'll come and see the movie. It's Saturday, people.
Saturday, 4 p.m.
4
JPT.
o'clock.
JPT, my people.
All right, we'll give you more information in the next few days about that. But Jim is heading over to Joy Prime, so just switch on your TVs, Facebook, Instagram, and you can catch him there. The Cosmopolitan Mix continues.
Hey, hold on. So tomorrow, on the Joy Entertainment platform on Facebook, I'm going to be the special guest on Moments with Joy.
You will pay. You invoice. You will pay for advertising on Cosmo. You will pay. But yeah, join Andy 2:30, right?
Yeah, 2
So
p.m.
all the questions that you have been waiting to ask him.
Good questions, oh.
Yeah, no, you guys drilling me. Dealt with me, please. Yeah.
All right. Well, the Cosmopolitan Mix continues right after this.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Yeah.